Today is a very exciting day. This is part 2 of the blue chip mine with Dan Hurd from Dan Hurd Prospecting and Harry from Mine Operator. We're gonna run all the ore we collected from part 1 through the turnkey system here behind me. We're gonna crush it, we're gonna mill it up in the hammer mill, and we're gonna concentrate it on the shaker table. We'll take those concentrates back into the smelting lab, we'll smelt it down and refine it into just gold and silver. Someone's gotta be in charge. My hot dog tongs are getting a little light. I can see gold
in the back corner already.
Harry's working on getting the bags weighed from part 1. We all took guesses the other day. We're gonna find out exactly how much ore we have. And then at the end, we can do an ounces per ton recovery. I think about half of this came from the floor and about half from the vein. You got a lot off the vein the other day.
I got a lot off the vein out there, yeah. We're not gonna know where that number really comes from because it's kind of from 3 different spots.
Right. Everything's weighed up. Total is 795 pounds. Let's crush it. Well, that was very exciting. Lots and lots of gold on the table. I was busy most of the time running the mill, so I didn't get nearly as many shots as Dan and Harry did. So go check out their channels. I'll leave a link down below to each one of them. They have some really, really good shots of the gold on the table and the big balls of gold we saw rolling across.
That's gold. I would have been happy with 3 or 4 grams.
Yeah, no, you've got a quarter for sure, I think. All little gold balls. If we had clean water, you could really, I'll try and get it more concentrated. When you brush down the table, you get everything over there and it looks really nice. Wow. Dan is working on the cons now. Is this number 1 or 2, Dan?
This is just number 1 right now.
Just number 1.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Boy, it's mostly coarse.
Yeah, it is. There's not much fine here.
No.
Oh, never mind. Take that back. There's a lot.
But by weight, most of it's coarse.
Yeah.
We'll get it cleaned up and get a close-up of that. Here's the number 1s panned down. And let me go show Dan. Let's see what Dan thinks of this. Here you go, Dan. Here's the number 1s kind of cleaned up.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That looks great.
Here's the number 1 all cleaned up. Some really nice chunky gold in there. Dan, I think you got a good spot there at the blue chip. Whew. My theory here is we suck all the gold out into a snuffer bottle and we just cupel the gold and we smelt the sulfides separate.
Smelt the other stuff separately? Did you pan that down the rest of the way?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Yeah, I lost half your gold.
Yeah.
So no, I'm kidding.
Look at all that gold.
It's nice. A nice, and I think you're right. I think there's more in the number 2 than in the number 1 with all the chunky balls.
Wow.
So I'll get this snuffer bottled up and we'll see what you get out of your number 2.
Okay.
Look, I can see gold
in the back corner already.
Already.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna take my snuffer bottle, get this gold as clean as I can. My theory is once you get the gold panned out and cleaned up, why would you mix it up with a bunch of sulfides and smelt it down? Just get it clean, get it sucked up, and we can cupel it directly. All right, we got the iron out. That'll make it a little easier to clean up. Whoops. All right, one last go here. Whoop. One last go. So now all of our number 1 gold is in our snuffer bottle here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Now I'll add the number 2 to it. See what we get. Okay. Here's my very complicated patent pending method.
Your coffee strainer out of a napkin.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Dan, you always oversimplify things. Okay, so we're gonna take
That's because it's me. I kind of oversimple myself.
We're gonna take our snuffer bottle. We're gonna get our gold down in the bottom. Look at all that gold.
We got some gold.
Yeah. 1/4 ounce might be strong.
Yep, I'm thinking so too now.
Grams.
It's always about wishful thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you got to think big.
Okay, there we go. There's our gold. Now we'll just sprinkle in some bismuth metal.
And test how strong the napkin is?
Yeah. Try and spill our gold. Now, we take our little gold packet, rip off the excess.
You did that way better this time.
I'm stronger now, Dan. And now we'll use my hot dog tongers and put that in the cupel.
Cupel is already heating up?
It is. Let's go see how hot it is.
Yeah, it actually shows us 1853, but on the camera it looks like it's cycling through. Very cool. Anyhow.
Okay, here goes our gold packet in a way too big of cupel. We were very wishful thinking there. That'll all burn off. The bismuth will absorb all the gold and alloy with it. And as the bismuth oxidizes away, it'll leave our precious metals.
Yeah, what he said. That looked like way more than that on the table.
It's very deceiving on the table, I'll give you
I
that.
have a feeling a lot of it is still in there.
Now here he's got a pan for us. We'll pan that down to a con. We'll pan our panning tailings to a con, and then we'll smelt them.
Sink. You want me to get the stuff in the tub as well?
I think we have more than enough in the one tub.
You sure?
I don't know.
Oh, actually,
This is-
that doesn't look like that much.
This is Dan's operation. Dan's running the show.
I am?
Yeah. You're in charge, right?
Whoa.
Someone's got to be in charge.
I think that rooster's in charge.
Someone other than me. All right, we have repanned our panning tailings, and we've got to a point where we're starting to see gold come out in the sulfides again. So we're gonna mix this up with some flux and smelt it down and see if we can recover more gold from the sulfides. There will be a little bit of free gold in here that we missed panning, but we're curious to see if there's multiple grams more gold in this that we can't see. Here's part of the number 2. Here's Dan's part of the number 2. We're gonna get it all combined into one and cupel it, right, Dan?
That sounds good to me.
Okay. You need to adjust your guess though a little bit.
Yeah, my half ounce is not going to happen. Let's go with a quarter.
I think a quarter. I think a good strong quarter is in the cards.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're down to 2% gold.
Yeah.
So you may have just hit a piece of gold in there.
Yeah.
Still, 2% gold is a lot of gold.
Yeah, for the amount we have there.
Yeah.
Let me get another.
If we're talking
straw.
like a kilogram of material still, 2% of that is significant.
We're getting, now it went to 11.
Yeah, now it's back up to 10. Oh, we may have to smelt all that, Jason.
Yeah, we might. There might be a part 3 where I have to smelt all of Dan's concentrates. This is soils mode now.
Yeah, so we're in a geochemical mode now.
Oh, arsenic.
Yeah, so there's your arsenic.
21%.
Yeah, the previous scan was in precious metals because I was looking for the gold. But if we want to know what the chemistry of this is, then you go to soils mode. So there's your arsenic, and so the arsenic was fooling it into iridium.
But no bismuth.
Let me go down the list here. There's your bismuth at 1200. And I always see bismuth in gold ore. Every type of gold ore, there's always a bismuth
Always
in the
bismuth.
concentrate. And so that's a pathfinder, at least for us and for Jason as well.
I kind of would have expected it to be higher, but I don't know why I'm thinking the Telluride was bismuth.
All right, so a lot going on today. I haven't been doing a great job of filming, so let me update you on where we're at. We have taken the number 2 panning tailings, repanned them down, concentrated them into about 500 grams worth. I mixed them up with some flux. They are in the furnace smelting. And we also have our free gold in the cupel furnace right over here. That's about done. We're gonna see how much free gold we sucked out with the snuffer bottle. All right, let's check on our gold here. Ooh.
That looks like a bead.
Ooh.
It's a nice little bead, Dan. Yeah, I think it's solid. Is this the right tool for this? My hot dog tongs are getting a little light. Ah, I need something else. All right, here is our bead. It's a very nice little bead. Okay, we're gonna turn this on. All cameras ready?
All
You
cameras
bet.
are ready.
We guessed about 6, right?
Yep. I think that's the average.
5, almost 5.
Almost 5.
5. Yeah, that's my first guess was 5, but you talked me into
We talked you out of
6.
it.
I was guessing it would be about 4.76 grams.
You would be very
Yeah.
close.
Half grams.
Excellent guess. All right, let's get your fancy machine, Harry.
I won't aim it at you this time,
Don't
I
aim
promise.
it. Yeah, don't aim it at me.
80%. Yeah, see, you didn't get all the bismuth.
Quite a
out
bit of
yet.
bismuth left, yeah.
It wasn't ready yet.
It wasn't hot enough.
That's all right.
Yep.
So 80% on the gold and 8% on the silver, and the rest is base metals.
Well, but still, what? 4 grams of gold at $200 a gram is almost $1,000 worth of gold there.
There you go.
Canadian. We're just starting to melt here. Well, let's see what we got here. Oh, it's a big one. Wow. That's a ton of metal. Let's see what it weighs here. That's going to be a big cupel, maybe 2. 172 grams. Man, oh man. All right, let's get it in the cupel furnace and see how much gold's in it. We'll get this thing in our preheated cupel. And we'll check back on it in a little while. All right, we are all finished. And look at that nice little bead right there. That's a pretty darn good looking bead. Here it is all cooled off. Very, very silver in color. Very silvery. But it's a pretty good sized bead. Let's get it weighed here. Can you see it? 1.7 grams. So maybe a gram of gold, maybe half a gram of gold. That's an awfully silver colored button. But there you go, Dan. There is quite a bit of precious metals in your concentrates. All right, so we're gonna call it a night tonight, but we did some math. Turns out that Dan has about 12 to 13 grams per ton in his ore, which is actually pretty good for just chipping off the vein. And we also don't know how much was diluted off the stuff in the floor, so the vein actually may be running quite a bit better than that. So thanks to everybody for watching. I had a blast with Dan and Harry from Mine Operator. If you haven't checked out their channels yet, go check them out. I'll leave a link down below. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.